Hey guys, today I want to show you how to utilize the VMI trading strategy. I have this in replay mode so we can see an example go through on real time. I don't even remember if it was a win or loss. It doesn't really matter. I just want to show you guys how I'm using a couple of these indicators together, how I'm using the VMI indicators and the on-pain. So essentially I'll just go over the settings I have on here. Enable buy and sell signals, of course, so we can see the labels. Enable price touch 55 EMA, so price has touched the 55 EMA, which is good. Our 21 55 EMA are also crossed up. These other ones are optional if you decide. In this, it wouldn't have changed anything if these are both clicked because their ADX is rising and we have a CCI, a background color to the buy condition. So, but anyway, I'm just going to leave it as this. And these are our other settings. This is, this is stock standard when you add this to the chart. So anyway, nothing has changed there. We get our VMI signal, our ADX is rising. So how would I use this ADX rising in this example? Well, since our trend is up and our longer term trends are all up as well, I would be looking at this ADX as, okay, this is telling me that this direction is more true now than maybe the downside direction. So pretty much I would just be targeting my second take profit level, but I'm not going to skip the first take profit. I'm going to take significant profit to make sure that this last portion is risk free. Okay, so essentially, yeah, that's how I would do that. So I kind of want to go over a couple of these other indicators I've created. So auto position sizing calculator, let's take off some of these lines. That's just a little crazy. They're all there for you if you would like to use them. But essentially, since this is the VMI strategy, we're just going to be using what the VMI was built off of for risk management, and that's the previous low of the last 10 candles for a buy signal, or if it was a sell signal, it would be the previous high of the last 10 candles. So essentially, let's go in and make sure all of our settings are correct for that. So for this, I want our account balance to be our drawdown balance. I want you to use your percentage risk per trade. We are trading futures. We are looking at MNQ. I want this to be candle look back loss. So we look over here and candle look back loss is also set to 10, so that's perfect. So that's what this green line is. Let's change that from green. We already have a green line on the screen. Let's change it to this. That's good. And we can see that's where our stop loss is going to be at for this trade. So essentially, after you do that, it will, we can look up here at this panel, at this table up here. Essentially, it's saying our account balance, our risk percentage, everything we just clicked. You just want to double check all of this is correct. That should say dollar per point. I'm now looking at it, but I'll change that here in just a minute. I haven't realized that till now, actually. But and then you'll have your position size overlaid for you. And I did go to a decimal point simply because I want you to round down more than rounding up, because this would be risking more than $250, and it'd be better to round down so you're not risking more than that than less. Unless you, the stars are aligning and you really like how the trade is, then sure, maybe round up. But that's personal preference to you. This is telling you the exact amount you have from your buy signal here all the way down to where your stop loss would be at, which is 35. That should also say points. I'm not realizing this. But anyway, I'll change those wording in just a little bit. Can't believe I haven't noticed that yet. I've just been looking at position sizing. Long story short, so this is in replay mode, so we have our auto position sizing already created for us, and you can toggle this on if you would like to use your dollar cost average or risk-free exit trading plan. Since we do have ADX rising, I will be using the risk-free exit. So let's go ahead and change this to where our buy price and sell price would be, so we can look at it all in one pane. So our buy price here would be 18,870. 18,870.5, and our stop loss would be this red line, which is that it? Yeah, that's it. 18,835.5. Okay, so this will automatically calculate it for us. Let's just make sure we're just going to do 2 exits, so we'll set that one to 0. We'll bump this up to 60 and 40. Reasoning being is, in order to create a risk-free exit, we have to scale out more. So since this is at 0.8 R, oh wait, it's not 0.8 and 1.5. Okay, so that'll adjust that accordingly. So now you have little labels on screen, exactly what price to sell at and what to buy at, and it'll distribute your 60/40. Last thing we want to do is put in 3 here. That's how many assets we bought. So essentially you'd want to sell 2 here and 1 here. I also included the decimal point, so it's up to you if you want to round up or round lower. I thought about just leaving it as whole numbers, same thing with the position sizing, but I found it a little more user-friendly to allow the user to decide if they wanted to round up or down versus me deciding for you. Anyway, so like I mentioned here, since this is set to 0.8R, you want to create a risk-free trade. So we're gonna sell just over half of our position to create a very near risk-free trade with this exit. And essentially we would sell 2 here, and then we let the last one run up to 1.5R. And the reason why I'm doing that, just to reiterate, is because ADX is rising. If ADX wasn't rising, I would just be taking full profit here, and I probably wouldn't be using this tool, just because I would just sell my full 3 contracts at that amount, or at that price. Long story short, this is how I would use it within the VMI strategy, and use it the exact same way for other strategies. Just customize your your risk to reward profits. Like strategy 7 would be phenomenal for this. You could slowly scale out all the way up to 3R. You could do 2R, 1.5R, all that sort of stuff, and choose your percentage of exits for it. But anyway, I just kind of want to go over how I would be approaching this trade. So we bought 3 because that's what our position size said in order to risk $250. We're going to scale out 2 and scale out 1. Hopefully this one isn't a loser. Actually, I don't really remember if it was a loser or a winner. So let's go over here and click play and just kind of see. Let's put a little line on screen so we know where our loss is and where our take profit was. Well, let's just see which one gets hit first. And is this after? No, this is like right before daily close, so of course price action is going to be kind of lame and boring and whatnot, but it's still portraying the same scenario here. This red background isn't a great sign, especially this. That's not a great sign either. And it looks like it will be a loss. We see our ADX is rising as price action is coming down, and there's the loss right there. So if it wasn't for this last candle, I was 1/2 second too late, but it was like right at $210 or something like that, I think is what I saw. So that would have been your loss for the trade. So essentially, yeah, that's how you would use this in together. You don't have to calculate it. Once you're into the trade, I would recommend turning this off. That way you can just see more, because these numbers will continue to update as new candles are formed on every candle. That's why you want to have it pulled up, and as soon as this candle gets confirmed, then you already have a number right here of how much you can enter in real time. And then if you want to scale in and scale out, feel free. If this would have made it up to 0.8R, I would have sold 2, and then I would have let my last one go up to here for full profit. So essentially that's how I would have gone about that. And yeah, just wanted to give you guys a nice example of how I'm using these 3 indicators together in a real-time trading scenario here, or environment, I guess. So yeah, hope you guys like this. Feel free to ask me questions if you have any, and yeah, I'll leave it there. Peace out.